do when I grow up is to be an astronaut, but I thought, you know what, I'm just an ordinary kid from a really small little town. There's nothing special about me. I wasn't even the best student in my class. I liked math and science, but I saw this world on television, this people walking on the moon. I thought, you know, that's kind of a dream that's reserved for somebody else that's a little more special than I am, or that's from a big city or something like that. Graders out there? Okay, a bunch of fourth graders, okay? When I went into fourth grade, okay, we had just put people on the moon and we were watching people on the moon, and we had this tiny little school, and we had this lady that came in. She was a brand new teacher, fourth grade teacher. Her name was Christine West, Miss West. And she came from a big city. And she, I think they made her come there to pay back her college education, but they put her through teacher's school, and then she came to this little tiny town, this little tiny school, and I think we had maybe 20 people in fourth grade that whole time, you know, that whole year. And so we had a small little class, and I remember talking to her. She was teaching us math and science, and I remember her asking me, how about you? Wouldn't you like to be an astronaut and walk on the moon? And I sort of shook my head, yeah, but I thought, this lady's crazy. I told her that it's okay to have these big, lofty dreams. And the worst thing that can happen to us, the greatest tragedy in life, is when we have one of these dreams in our life that's unrealized. Now, you probably have dreams and goals as well, right? Just think about what the goals are for your life and the dreams that you want for your life. And if you have those goals and dreams, raise your hand up. Raise your hand up. All right. Very good. Very good. And now I encourage you to be brave and let somebody know what those dreams are that you have. Tell your friends. Tell your teacher. I think you work with the Civil Air Patrol. Tell your leaders in the Civil Air Patrol. Tell the people in your school. Tell your parents what your goals and dreams are, because guess what? They can help you. You're taking a math test, or you're writing on the board, or taking a quiz or something. We see a problem like 3 times 4 is 12. And so we write 12, and then we underline it twice, and sometimes we circle it, so make sure the teacher knows that I know the right answer for this math problem. But what I didn't realize when you practice and practice and practice, what your teacher is teaching you is how to solve problems. It's not important that you have your multiplication tables memorized when you get to be an astronaut in the space station, but it's critically important that you know how to solve problems, and that's exactly what your teachers are teaching you. And so it's a pretty neat experience. Now, last summer we had a big problem on the space station. And I'm going to show you a film here in just a minute. It has some of this in there, and I want you to enjoy this and some of the funny stuff too. In this film, there's some funny things. I want you guys, it's okay to laugh, because there's some funny, cool things in there. But we had a big problem on the space station. We had a pump module that broke, and all of a sudden the spaceship started shutting down. Things got quiet. Things were turning off. Some of the lights were going off. And everybody looked at me and they said, "What did you do?" And I said, "I didn't do anything. I'm not sure what happened." And so we had a pump module that was outside of the space station, and it went bad. It just stopped working. And so all of a sudden the spaceship started to shut down. And that's kind of scary when you're out there in space. And so what we did was all of us were just ordinary kids from an ordinary little place. So there were 6 of us on board the space station. And we had a whole room of young engineers and scientists and mathematicians that were in our control centers, both in Houston, over here in Huntsville, and in the different control centers around the world. And they came up with a really neat solution to this problem. Now, there were several solutions, but they found one, and they underlined it twice, and they circled it, and they sent it up to us, and they said, "This is what you're going to do." And we thought it was kind of crazy at first, because it involved a couple of kind of dangerous spacewalks. And so we went outside, and we did 3 spacewalks. The first one was more than 8 hours long. And guess what? It was kind of cool. We don't have a shower on the space station, so for 6 months I didn't take a shower. So that's why you guys are way out there. I'm way up here. So actually, I've taken a shower since I've been back, so don't worry about it. But anyway, save those questions too, because we'll have some time at the end for question and answer as well. But I went outside and I actually took an ammonia shower. I was actually in my flight suit, in my big puffy white suit, but the ammonia line started leaking and we had ammonia going all over the place. and we had to get that shut off again, and then switch out this pump module again, and it ended up working.